Hey, hi, I'm Shogun Lali. I'll be talking about transaction. Transaction in Ethereum is a cryptographically signed instruction that takes place on an account, and it is used to basically update the state of the Ethereum network. From transaction, we can see that transaction has various types, and they include value transfer, contract deployment transaction, as well as execution of contract. The value transfer is basically a form that involves sending sending or carrying out an activity from an account and to another account within the Ethereum network, literally. While the contract deployment transaction is literally a form of transaction where a tool is not specified, and this literally means you're not sending to an address within the Ethereum network, literally. So this is basically used in terms of just as the name is smart contract, you're trying to deploy a smart contract on the network. Execution of transaction literally is literally initiating some sort of interaction with the contract that has been deployed. So that's literally what the types of Ethereum transactions are. Then we also have different components that build up the transaction, and we have factors such as from, to, nouns, gas limits, max fee or priority per gas, and bees or fee per gas as well. So from literally expatiates on where is this transaction coming from. So what wallet address or so is it coming from, and to specifies who am I sending it to, just the same way we do in our everyday traditional means of carrying out transaction within our mobile banking. So the nouns is a form of iterating variable or counter that keeps track of how many transactions that has been made, and it literally provides a form of unique ID for every transaction. And the gas limit is you specifying a maximum amount that you intend to use to carry out that transaction.
So transaction hash can also be called transaction ID because it is just like a unique identifier that comes with each and every transaction. One of those ways with which blockchain, enables privacy and security, with which blockchain achieves that, is by using the concept of hashing, Merkle-tree, private and public key. But I'm going to be concentrating more on the hashing, on the concept of hashing. And it has to do with using cryptographic hash function in order to convert transaction data into a string of fixed length. And once the transaction has been converted into a string of fixed length, so it gives it makes that transaction to be secure, as hashing comes with this nature of when something is being hashed, it's not going to be reversible again. So it gives security to the data, and also is one of those things that the hashing does is just like to serve as a proof of existence for a particular transaction. So through the transaction hash or the transaction ID, you can easily get access to the transaction, the genesis, where it is coming from, and also you know the destination. So with all this, the data is going to be secure, and also there's going to be transparency and trust.
So after a transaction has been propagated to the network, it gets caught up. It's stored in the mempool, so it's kind of a queuing. So immediately once it's being queued, the next thing is that a node picks it up and executes that transaction. So once the transaction is executed, it's batched into a block. So it's batched alongside other transactions, then it's batched into a block. So that proposer, the node that executes it, forwards it to the other nodes. So what those nodes do is to they run the transactions that are in that node, in that block, to make sure that what the proposer is given back to the network is valid. So once they do that and it's valid, it's okay, it's added to the chain, to the chain of blocks. So that's the process. That's what happens in that sequence. It happens in that sequence. So the next thing is that to ensure that a block is cannot be reversed. The more blocks are added, the more the blocks are added, you know that these blocks cannot be reverted again. There's no reversibility that can happen again. So basically that's what happens. So the more blocks are mined, or rather added to the chain, the more secured and the more you know that these transactions are hitting finality. So basically that's the entire life cycle for the transactions on the chain. So stay tuned and like, subscribe to our YouTube channel.